Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kellen here, and I want to tell you, Kellen Cash wants to tell you about why I took my kids out of the public school system. Because for years I've wanted to homeschool, but I don't have the patience to be the teacher. So I knew I either had to get in a co-op or I had to find and hire a teacher. And so what COVID did for us is showed us that, kids had to do virtual learning, right? And if you have to do virtual learning, then why can't we hire our own teacher? But that didn't even push us over. What pushed us over was during Black History Month, hearing what was being taught. And when my little one told the teacher, Thomas Jefferson, he was getting so much praise, say he wasn't a good person. She's 7. He was a slave owner. And they were praising him during, of all things, Black History Month. Now, I don't know what Thomas Jefferson and Black history have in common, but what I do know is I know I'm in Florida. I know where I'm at, and I can see the Trump flags, and I know that what we found is a lot of these teachers aren't culturally competent to teach Black children. They think they are because they're not, coming with, they say, their prejudices, or they're not a flat-out white supremacist, racist, but they're not culturally competent. And we found that out by even talking to them and the things that they didn't know. Very simple things. I mean, teachers don't have to know it all, but they know what's in their curriculum. And Black excellence is not in their curriculum. Black history pretty much starts from slavery in this country. And so if you even mention Mansa Musa, folks, who? Even Booker T. Washington. What? Let me Google that. So that's why we took them out. And I have seen people like Wes Love and the whole Love family be excellent students. I saw Wes, we were neighbors in Washington, and I saw how he had a graduate from UW and the Harvard of the South, Grambling State University. My wife and I went there. And if you're watching this, you might have went there too. GSU, you. I thought you knew. I'm gonna let y'all finish it. But I saw how he did it and how all the kids were on their own, Apple computer and doing their things and had more time to be creative. And I liked that. I really enjoyed that. So I knew it could be done, but I just didn't know how to do it, right? So I say all that to say that's why we took them out of homeschool. They, great neighborhood, great everything, but they weren't culturally competent. And talking with some of the neighbors that are international, Black and brown, and, all things, I heard similar issues that they've had, but, not everybody had the ability to teach their own kids. COVID made you some of y'all be around your kids. So that's why we did it, and I loved it. So now we have hired a teacher, hired a teacher virtually, overseas, very inexpensive way of doing things. And for someone like myself who works from home and can't check homework and check this and do a lecture because you got your own work to do, now the setup is there. And I really love, this is our second teacher we're on, and I really love this, teacher, the way he works. You don't get to see too many Black male teachers anyway in this country, and he's out there, making sure the kids sit up straight, make sure I'm sitting up straight in this video, and does all that. And it wasn't really that difficult. And so, for a parent who maybe work from home, stay at home type of parent while things start to open, what you may want to do now then is find a nanny. So when you have to go do a meeting, right? I'm fortunate where I can have meetings here and I can host them here, but there's certain times, you gotta jet. But my life is a little different, it's a little unique, and we set it up that way. I wasn't building a business, I was building a lifestyle so I could build it around the things that I love to do and loved ones. And that's how I built it. And that's how I mentor people into, if you like this lifestyle and you want to do it like this, that's why you book a session so you can learn. And for those who have an ear to hear. But that's why I took my kids out of the school district. I don't want them to have to worry about the bullying and the name calling, especially now kids, can see everything online. So they got the best snaps. We got good snaps from Uptown Comedy Club back in the day, In Living Color back in the day. So I know, these kids now, they can see something in a whole nother country, Romania, and say, let me just translate that on Google real quick. Oh, let me talk about this, that, and the third. And it's not that you want to shelter your kids from everything, because again, prior to COVID, my kids did 2 to 3 days of jiu-jitsu. They would do 1 to 2 days of swimming. So they were active in that, and now that things are, opening up, and hopefully this vaccine is on the decline, right? They're getting back into activities so they can, do things and explore, see what they want to do, horseback riding and all that. But now they can do that anytime during the day. Okay, we got to be there at 9, let's go at 9. Got to be there at 10, okay, let's take a break, because we have our own teacher who's on a whole nother time zone, and he can be flexible and we can be flexible. So, and also with traveling, I don't know, for all those who are travelers out there, I was real cool in Linwood, Washington with the principal, beautiful woman, inside and out. And she was like, oh no, I understand, and I'll give you a waiver. But the problem is, and we had to do this a couple times, the school district, because if they see more than 10 absences, they're calling. And someone like myself who used to work for Children's Protective Services, I'm like, oh no, I can't send no letters. I already know how this goes. Let me nip this in the bud right now. And so now I don't have to worry about saying, hey, we're going to take this time off. I don't have to ask permission. And if you know anything about me, I don't like asking permission. I don't even like people asking permission from me. Don't treat me like a boss. That's why I hire businesses. I don't hire employees. You know what Dave Ramsey says about employees. For those of you who know, what do employees do? Employees, they come late, they leave early, and they steal while they're there. I need team members, and I need people who want to be bosses, so they make sure they get the work done. So when I refer them to somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else, when those things come across my desk. But that is why I pulled my kids out. It's the freedom. And the fact that we're able to have that freedom and be able to move around and don't have to be stationed in one place, that's how I wanted my life to be. I didn't want to have, we gotta be here, we gotta be there. We all have to be somewhere. There's conferences that I have to be, right? While I pop my collar 2 times. But I don't want to have to be there for the rest of my life, for the next 15 years. It's the reason why I don't have an outside office. I don't know where else I want to be, but wherever home is, that's the office. So that's me, and I like that. For some people that might be disorganized, or I can't get work done because I can't push myself, that's a whole nother problem. I got a mentor session for you if you want to, learn how to get that out of your system. And it may not be one session, but I'm here to diversify the game. You guys know, besides this, I have the show that I just love talking to people, seeing how they do things differently, and have diversified the game, and have had the game. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all these apps that people listen to? How do I make money? That's the main thing. How do I make money doing this? The answer to any of these questions is simple. Anchor.fm. Anchor is one of the one-stop shops for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and so easy to use. Anchor can match you with some great sponsors as well that advertise on your podcast. That means you get paid to podcast right away. None of this, I have to have this many followers, this many listens, none of that. So if you're always wanted to start a podcast, make money doing it, Anchor.fm is the place where you want to go, where you need to go, where you need to flow. Check out Anchor.fm. You will not be disappointed. It's one of these places, and I mean one of these places, that you will love once you start. diversified. So with that, if you don't do anything else, you can ask your questions below and you can share this. It costs you absolutely nothing but a couple of clicks on that keyboard or on that phone. You guys be blessed. Killer Cash, I'm out.
Hi guys, I'm Kai Gabiam from the Diaspora channel, a lover of Africa. If you love Africa as well and you would love to visit one day or to relocate to Africa, there is a course out there for you. And this course is My First Trip to Africa, a course well put together by a seasoned traveler, Killer Cash Coleman. This course is designed to prepare you to travel better, which will save you both time and money. And the great news is this course costs only $20, guys. It can't get any better. Go right now and enroll to this course at www.diversifygame.com. Don't miss out.